Here's the audience at the beginning of my speech.
Imagine this. You've just had a busy, long, hard-working day at work, and you arrive home and you receive this aching pain in your chest, and that accompanies with a aching headache. And you're like, oh man, this might be something serious. I should go get this checked out. And yes, you should get it checked out, but it might be just a simpler solution: stress. Now, along with stress, there's a quote that I feel is very relatable to everybody in their life. It is by Valerie Bertinelli, and it reads, "There's going to be stress in your life, but it's your choice whether you let it affect you or not." Now, I feel this is very true. Everyone experiences stress at some point in their life. You're going to have a stressful situation. But if you're aware of it and know how to deal with it, then you can better your life a whole lot. Now, for me, I had a very stressful event in my life, and it occurred a couple of summers ago, and it really took a toll on me, and I didn't know what to do about it at first. So what happened was my dad had a stroke, and luckily he survived, but that incident, it left me with a lot of stress, and I couldn't stop worrying about him, and I just didn't know what to do. Then my mom brought up this thing called EMDR, which one of her counselor friends performs, and it helped me process that memory and helped me relieve me of that stress, which I don't know where I'd be today if I still had all that stress, because it really took a toll on my health. Now, everyone in their life, they deal with this stress, but what's key is to become more aware of what it is and how to deal with it, and what the consequences could be if you don't take care of it. Now, the first topic we have to tackle is, what is stress? You have to understand what stress is in order to understand the consequences and ways you can reduce your stress levels. Now, according to dictionary.com, stress is a mental or emotional strain resulting from very demanding circumstances. Now, for example, my dad having a stroke, that was a stressful situation. Another example could be something like a traffic jam. People get road rage and they become stressed because they might be late to a meeting or a kid's event, anything along those lines. Now, what happens when you become stressed? Well, the heart will pound, your breathing will quicken, and muscles will tense and beads of sweat will appear. Now, those are some basic things that happen when you become stressed. And another question people might have is, do certain groups of people get stressed more? Well, to show you that, I have a chart for you. Okay, so here's my chart. This is the percent who reported a great deal of stress in the past month by different groups. And this was from Robert Wood Johnson Foundation. Now, the highest total was from poor health condition people that fall in that group. 60% of them reported a high stress level. Now, that's pretty understandable. They're going to be stressed if they're having poor health and maybe on the verge of death. People are going to be stressed about that. Now, another one is the disabled. They could have a high stress level because they're not like everybody else and they want to be, and it can cause their stress levels to rise. And the next three, which are tied at 36%, are people that have chronic illness, income below $20,000, and they experience dangerous situations at work. Now, they're easily stressful situations. If you don't make enough money, you're going to be stressed because you don't know where your next meal could come from, or where you're going to live, or if you can support your family if you have one. That can be tough situations, such as if you experience dangerous situations, any dangerous situations, you're going to be stressed in. And for single parents, it can be stressful because you have to take care of a kid all by yourself, and that's not easy because I have a friend who has a single parent, and it's very difficult on them. And the last one is the parent of a teen. And me being a teenager, I can understand where it'd be stressful because that could be a lot to handle. And so yeah, there's that chart. Now that we understand what stress is, we have to understand the consequences of poor management of stress and where the stress can occur. Just some examples. Now, according to Health Harvard, Understanding the Stress Response, 25% of Americans are experiencing high stress. That is a quarter of all Americans. Now, over time, this stress can really take a toll on the body, and it can result in things such as high blood pressure, formation of artery clogging deposits, and it can contribute to anxiety, depression, and addiction. That was also thanks to Health Harvard. Now, these examples, they're pretty severe, so if you take stress lightly, it might result in something very bad, such as these things. Anxiety, depression, those are both serious illnesses, along with addiction. Addiction to things such as drugs and gambling and other things like that. They can really take a toll on your health. Now, what happens when you are experiencing a stressful situation? The amygdala, which is part of the brain, it sends a stress signal to the command center, also known as the hypothalamus, which is also in the brain, and it gives the energy to fight or flee, which is known as the fight or flight response. Now, where are some places where this high stress can occur? Well, one common place that I found is work. Now, work-related stress is when people are presented with tasks that don't fit the abilities that they have. And that was from who.int. And I find this very true. I have a job and I work at a recreation center, and sometimes they present me with tasks that I just don't know how to do, and it stresses me out because I want to be able to accomplish it and I don't want to get fired. So I get stressed about it, and it takes a toll on me, and I don't know what to do. Finally, I just speak up, and they have to show me how to do it. And another common place where I think stress occurs is school. Now, school, you're just throwing all this work at you, and it can really stress you out because some nights I'm up like till 2 a.m. doing homework, and it stresses you out because you don't know if you're going to get a good grade, you don't know if you're going to finish it on time, you have so much to do, and it just stresses you out a lot. Now that we've learned the consequences of stress, people will want to change their ways and help reduce their stress levels. And one way in doing that is through yoga, which consists of 3 elements. Now, according to Yoga and Anxiety by Health Harvard, the first element is physical poses, which are also called asanas, which are like the poses that you commonly see when seeing yoga, which they're like in these weird poses. And the second step is controlled breathing along with these physical poses, so you do these at the same time. And the last one is deep relaxation or meditation, which helps to soothe the body and just relax. Now, it's said that this yoga helps modulate the stress response systems, and it reduces heart rate, lowers the blood pressure, and allows the body to respond to stress more flexibly. Now, another thing that you can do to help reduce these stress levels is exercise. Exercise helps in like 3 various ways. It can improve your sleep quality, which people with like high stress levels tend to not sleep well. It can lower your stress hormones. One stress hormone it can lower is cortisol. And the last one is confidence. It can boost your confidence because you become more confident with your body, which then leads to a stronger mental health. Now, on to the conclusion. So first, I described what stress is. Second, I described the consequences of stress and where it can occur. And lastly, I described what you can do to help better your stress levels. Now, since everyone has stress in their life, and you just have to become aware of it, about what you can do about it. And once you do that, then you'll have a better life, you can better manage your health, and you can live longer and more fully because you will have less stress in your life.
Here's the audience at the end of my speech. Did you guys like it?
Yes!